has expedited investigations into the 60 kg gold smuggling scam and has recorded statement from former Vice President Nanda Bahadur Punt's son as well. Also in this edition of Kantipur News, we have updates about Koshi province politics, a possible Russia visit of North Korea's Kim Jong-un and the cricket infrastructure in the country. Good evening, I'm Sarah Chitrakar and these are the headlines of the hour. The writ filed against appointments by the then KP Sharma Oli-led government at constitutional commissions pending at the constitutional bench for over 2 years. Scenario raises question on the intention of justices. A draft of bill for the Nepal Telecommunications Act prepared, provisions that records personal calls among others floated. Experts warn against violation right to privacy. Nepal receives permission to export electricity to India regularly for up to 4 years. 70 megawatt electricity to be exported tomorrow onwards. And the country rejoices on Nepal's historic participation at the Asia Cup. Concerned stakeholders indifferent towards domestic tournaments and investments at the grassroots level. The writ filed against 52 appointments by the then KP Sharma Oli-led government at constitutional commissions through a controversial ordinance has been pending at the constitutional bench for over 2 years. Justices have been dodging the case, citing court procedures, and as a result, there are chances the case will not be concluded even when the appointed individuals retire. Experts say the scenario also raises question on the judiciary being affected by political forces. Despite not meeting the quorum requirement, the then government had issued an ordinance to make the appointment recommendation on 2 rounds. The first round of recommendation of 32 individuals were made on December 15, 2020, followed by the second round on May 4, 2021, when 20 individuals were recommended to various constitutional commissions. Initially, the then Chief Justice Cholendra Samsher Rana announced of refraining from the writ hearing. However, a writ was filed by Ganesh Regmi demanding for the presence of a CJ as per constitutional provision. This was followed by an order to hold the hearing by a single bench of Justice Hari Puyal on September 2, 2021, despite Acting Chief Justice Deepak Kumar Karki beginning the hearing a year ago. A hearing has been scheduled for September 13 this month by incumbent Chief Justice Bishambar Prasad Shrestha. Officials appointed through the controversial process are currently working at the constitutional commissions despite the case yet to conclude, raising questions if they have the authority to make any decisions while at their positions. The delay in holding hearing has also raised questions on the intentions of justices. As the old adage goes, justice delayed is justice denied. Stakeholders are concerned if the delay seen in delivering justice indicates and invites more irregularities at the judiciary. The detention hearing of 5 individuals that are in custody of the Central Investigation Bureau of Nepal Police in connection with the Lalita Niwas land scam has concluded. Hearing of 12 more has been pending. The hearing began from Sunday this week and so far law practitioners representing Shivaji Bhatrai, Rudrakumar Shrestha, Balkrishna Shrestha, Kaladhar Deuja and Min Bahadur Gurung have presented their arguments. Senior advocates Sushil Panta, Shambhu Thapa and Komal Sari Ghimire among others have been representing the defendants as the hearing takes place in the bench of Kathmandu District Court Judge Bholanath Dhakal. They have raised question on how the government land was registered by paying taxes to the government itself. CIB has arrested 17 individuals alleged of involvement in the scam. 310 individuals have been made defendants in the case, 21 of whom have already passed away. The Bureau has concluded illegal transfer of more than 143 ropanis of government land in the capital's Balwatar. The Nepal Telecommunication Authority (NTA) has concluded the draft bill related to telecommunications to allow the government to record a telephone conversation of any individuals that are deemed suspicious. The telecommunication service providers must provide all the details of an individual who is deemed suspicious by the authority for investigations. The proposal has been termed controversial as it infringes the right to privacy to all individuals, which has been included as a fundamental right. As per the proposed telecommunications bill, the investigating entity can have access to records of telephone conversation of any individual. Telecommunication service providers must provide details of identification of individuals that are regarded suspicious. Likewise, telecommunication networks of individuals that are involved in conducting crimes through telephone and mobile phones can also be disconnected. In such cases, service providers must provide details of call log, SMS log, and details of connection with towers. The government's move is being criticized, citing infringement of an individual's right to privacy. The NTA earlier had presented the bill to the Ministry of Information and Communication. The ministry returned the draft bill to the NTA following public concern regarding it. Meanwhile, the authority has said that it has clarified the provisions of call record and forwarded the draft bill to the ministry. The Individual Privacy Act 2075 ensures right to maintain confidentiality regarding details of every individual online. Such details cannot be accessed without their consent. Meanwhile, as per the legal provision, email and conversation through the help of electronic devices can be made available for investigation on criminal cases. Currently, police have been getting access to call records only after the court issues an order. The court recognizes the act of gaining access and providing details of call records as illegal. According to the mandamus issued by the Supreme Court on the 4th of January 2016 in the name of the government, the authority must seek court's permission prior to gaining access to mobile and telephone call details of an individual. Meanwhile, discussions have begun on the draft bill presented to the ministry by NTA. Time now for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse, brought to you by Prabhu Bank, risen for your success. Sundarta ka lagi Rose Face Soap. Rees College of Engineering and Management, Balkumari, Lalitpur. Uniglobe SS and College, Kamladi, Kathmandu.
Before that, let's take a look at the result of yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, why has the government delayed the formation of laws concerned with the implementation of federalism? 46% voted for A, deemed unnecessary, 45% for B, influence of party politics, and 9% for C, lack of pressure from parliamentarians. And here's today's question. What's your take on the government's preparation for laws that allow recording public's personal calls? Your options are A, violating one's privacy, B, government high-handedness, and C, effort to control crime. Voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Nepal has officially received permission to export electricity to India. With this, the Nepal Electricity Authority will now begin exporting electricity produced by the 83.42 megawatt Solu Khola project and 26.42 megawatt Dodi Khola project during monsoon season to India till the year 2027. So far, NEA had been exporting electricity on demand based on the rate at the Indian market of 5.25 Indian rupees per unit. The authority had proposed to sell India 200 megawatt from 5 projects, of which India agreed to buying 109.61 megawatt. Based on the agreement, NEA will sell electricity to India's Haryana. India has also agreed to sell electricity through the Mahendranagar-Tanakpur transmission line. NEA has said electricity produced from Upper Kalgangad of 32.7 megawatt capacity and Upper Chamelia of 37.3 megawatt capacity will be exported to India through the 132 kilovolt Mahendranagar-Tanakpur transmission line. So far, Nepal had the permit to export electricity to India using the Dhalkebar Muzaffarpur transmission line. NEA has been exporting between 420 to 510 megawatt electricity to India per day during monsoon season, raising over 170 million rupees revenue per day. The authority says on average, India has been paying between 16 to 24 rupees per unit, depending upon demand. Time now for sports update.
Sports news.
The entire nation has been immersed in cricket yet again after Nepal played India and Pakistan at the Asia Cup. The sport is being talked about by politicians and public as well. Several private entities and even the government have begun making assurances of the development of cricket again. However, the government seems to have had ignored the sport so far. If Nepal had international standard cricket stadiums, maybe India and Pakistan could have been playing the Asia Cup in Nepal itself. In this regard, several questions remain regarding the lack of development of cricket infrastructures in the country.
In 5 months, whatever I have seen, the boys practice at TU. Boys practice in that indoor where there are no lights. Okay, boys practice over there with one bowling machine, 24 old balls. Last 6 months. Okay. There are challenges.
Nepal had left for the Asia Cup to play against test nations. Nepal head coach Monty Desai had lamented about the lack of infrastructures for preparation. Saying they had done the nation proud, there was no lack of congratulations for the team for their performances against India and Pakistan. However, the reality of Nepali cricket is way different. Team Nepal do not have a proper indoor venue for practice sessions during monsoon season. They do not even have the facility of training with bowling machines. Other infrastructures are in a sorry state as well. All corners leave no stone unturned in sharing their happiness with the success of the team. However, no entity has initiated any proper efforts for that success or to retain these achievements and ensure further growth of the sport. The government is limited to sharing assurances. Team Nepal were expected to take great strides after making their debut at the 2014 World Cup. The players had expected professionalism in Nepali cricket after the ODI recognition in 2018. However, nothing has changed. Considering the craze of cricket among the supporters, the government had announced of installing floodlights at the Tribhuvan University cricket grounds in Kantipur. However, the installation process has remained stranded as well. Team Nepal had displayed impressive performance at the World Cricket League 2. With 11 wins in at last 12 matches, Nepal retained their ODI status. Even the Mulpani ground next to the Cricket Association of Nepal CAN headquarters was recognized with ODI status. However, CAN has yet to pay any attention to its infrastructures. After Nepal's match against India, even the Kathmandu metropolis has assured of developing cricket facilities. Even the federal government includes development of cricket stadiums in the budget for each fiscal year. However, there has been zero progress in this aspect as well. Gautam Buddha Stadium of Chitwan is stranded because of inadequate budget and Fapla of Thangadi is uncertain. Developing Nepal as a neutral venue for cricket has also been limited to discussions. It is the responsibility of CAN to invest in grassroots development of cricket, ensure adequate domestic tournaments, operation of academics and matches against test nations. It has already been late to invest for the development of cricket and cricketers to retain their success and turn the dream of defeating nations like India and Pakistan to a reality in near future. In our Public Voice segment, today we have asked people in all 7 provinces what should be done to raise the standards of Nepali cricket. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
स्टेडियम में पनि कमी छ अहिले हेर्न सक्नुहुन्छ हाम्रो बिरगन्ज स्टेडियमको हालत क्रिकेटको भविष्य एकदम राम्रो छ तर के छ कि सबैभन्दा सरकारले ध्यान दिनुपर्छ
खेलाडीहरूले खेल्नको लागि चाहिँ उनीहरुलाई चाहिँ अभ्यासको लागि आजको जमानाको आधुनिक उपकरणहरुको उपलब्धि गराउनु पर्यो
प्रोभियन सरकारले पनि अब प्रदेशमा क्रिकेट स्टेडियम बनाउने हो के बनाउने हो त्यसमा पनि ध्यान दिनुपर्छ
देशले चाहिँ रिसोर्सको उसमा चाहिँ हेर्नुपर्छ जस्तो देखिन्छ
जुन म्याचहरु हुन्छ त्यो चाहिँ रेगुलरली
टेस्ट प्लेइङ नेसनहरुसँग चाहिँ गरेर राख्नु पर्यो क्या
र नयाँ जेनेरेसनलाई कसरी खेल्ने जीविका उपार्जन कसरी गर्ने खेलेर त्यो चाहिँ हामीले अलिक व्यवस्था मिलाउनु पर्छ
हाम्रो प्लेयरहरूलाई मनोबल बढाउनु पर्यो प्र्याक्टिसहरु बढाउनु पर्यो प्रदेश स्तरमा सबै प्रदेशमा एउटा ठुलठुला स्टेडियमहरु बनाउनु पर्यो
अनि प्रोत्साहन बढाउनलाई तिनीहरुलाई भत्ताको पनि अलिअलि व्यवस्था मिलाइदिनु पर्यो
यो सरकारले खेलप्रति गम्भीर भएर चासो लिनु पर्यो खेलकुदको लागि बजेटको व्यवस्था गर्नु पर्यो
खेलाडीहरुलाई एक्सपोजरको आवश्यकता छ जस्तो उनीहरुलाई चाहिँ विभिन्न क्लबहरुमा खेलाउनेदेखि लिएर अन्य अवसरको खाँचो छ त्यसैगरी उनीहरुलाई अब अलिकति अत्याधुनिक प्रविधिको चाहिँ प्रयोग गर्नुपर्छ उपकरणहरुको प्रयोग गर्नुपर्छ
विद्यालय स्तरदेखि नै खेलाडीहरु उत्पादन गर्ने कुरामा ध्यान दिनुपर्छ
पहिलो कुरा त खेलाडीलाई अभ्यास गर्ने खालको खेल मैदान हुनु पर्यो र अर्को कुरा घरेलु लिग चाहिँ एकदमै खेलाउनु पर्यो
सरकारी स्तरबाट राम्रो व्यवस्थापन भयो भने स्तर उन्नति गर्न सजिलो
बाहिरको खेलाडीहरुलाई चाहिँ अब कोहीले यति दियो भन्छ हाम्रोलाई 50,000 30,000 मा टुङ्गाइदिन्छ हाम्रो यो सरकारले पनि हाम्रो टिमहरुलाई चाहिँ हेर्दैन
बच्चा भाइ बहिनीहरुदेखि नै विद्यालय टाइमदेखि नै अलिकति प्र्याक्टिस गर्न गराएदेखि सरकारले अझ राम्रो हुन्थ्यो
तीनैवटा स्थानीय निकायले गाउँ-गाउँमा गएर खेलाडीहरु उत्पादन गर्नु पर्यो
स्कुलमा पनि क्रिकेट गराइदिनु पर्यो सरकारले
पर्याप्त रूपमा आर्थिक रकमको व्यवस्थापन गर्नुपर्छ
जसमा एउटा कला छ उहाँहरूलाई चाहिँ प्रशिक्षण गराएर गाउँमा गएर प्रशिक्षण गराउने कार्यक्रम गर्नुपर्छ राज्यले
खेल क्षेत्र पनि विकासको एउटा मेरुदण्ड हो यो कुरालाई महसुस गरेर स्थानीय सरकारले चाहिँ जसरी बाटो खन्नका लागि स्काभेटर चलाइरहन्छ स्काभेटरमा जसरी लगानी गरेको छ बाटो खन्नमा त्यसैगरी खेल क्षेत्र यो क्रिकेट खेललाई पनि त्यो हिसाबले लगानी गरेर अगाडि लानुपर्छ
That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.